Today I wanted to introduce a friend of mine and a previous student, Chad McFadden. He's a marketing manager at Smithfield, one of the largest producer of pork products in the world, and he had some really interesting projects that he was working on.
I manage many different brands at Smithfield Foods. We got about 16 different brands, and one of the brands is Farmland brand. And they are based out in the Midwest, very meat and potatoes type brand. We mainly sell bacon, and it goes all the way from the Midwest to the West Coast. It came to my attention from our advertising agency that a brand, the Supreme brand, which is totally unrelated, looks totally different from your Farmland consumer. Their Supreme is based out on the East Coast. They're kind of like a hipster brand, and they're kind of known for stealing other people's logos and brands and using them on their high-end clothing. Around August of last year, the advertising agency we work with brought to my attention, hey, this Supreme company is using our logo. They sent me an email. I took a look at it. They are stealing exactly our logo. And as a brand manager, your brands are your babies, so it really made me angry. My first thing that came to mind is a cease and desist act, get our lawyers involved, go after them. But, the agency reeled me back a little bit and said, let's have fun with this and see what we could do with this. Now, this happened on a Wednesday that they took our logo and put it on one of their hats. This hat sells for $44 and was a limited release hat. So what we decided to do, we worked very quickly. We came up with a game plan, made sure this was okay with all our lawyers and all our executives in the company. And what we did is we kind of played with them and trolled them back in a fun way, because we knew legally if we went after them, we would look like a big corporation and a bad guy going after these young millennial hipster brands.
Chad, I wanted to ask you how you decided to interact with a brand where your target audience has very little in common with your own brand.
The reason we decided to interact with Supreme in the social and digital arena is because they have such massive brand equity. They know how to use digital and social media to get the most bang for their buck. And Farmland, for the most part, they're just posting recipe ideas and just general ideas on how to use their product. Even though the demographics and our brands were not even close to one another, we thought this was a great opportunity to get some PR out there, get some social and viral buzz going.
So you've decided how you're going to do it. How did you do it?
The agency partners that we work with, they came up with a great idea of basically calling them out on it on social media. We had to act really quickly because a lot of these moments we knew were viral. We took the hat itself, we put that up on our Facebook and Pinterest and Instagram pages, and we called them out and said, hey, that logo looks really familiar, Supreme. Mind sending us some free swag. From there, we took just a limited amount of budget and we kind of geo-targeted the New York area to boost it out there and then have that picked up and people will share that out and it will go viral, and it did, and we got tens of thousands of shares and retweets of what we did.
Well, now you've had success. How do you follow up something like that?
We're really not a clothing manufacturer. So the next part is that we learned when we got back together with our advertising agency and our PR agency, this was great. It worked great. People really engaged with it. We really came out on top looking like the good guy because we didn't sue Supreme. And Supreme kind of looked foolish because they can't even think of their own original logo, because they even stole the type font of the logo itself. So from that point, we decided, hey, you know what? It might be good to get some farmers that you would think were old school, pork farmers, and dress them up in Supreme gear. And it would be a clash of cultures there. So you'd have that farmland type look and that hipster Supreme look coming together. And we knew that they were going to release what they call their lookbook. They were going to release that in a week. So the week following this, we knew they released it on a Thursday. So we acted very quickly with our agency partners where they bought some Supreme gear. And then we spent about $2,000 on Supreme gear. And if you know Supreme, that's not a lot. It doesn't get you very far. And we were able to find some farmers, friends of people that worked at the agency, to go to their farm, and they're great fun, and to take a shoot of themselves in the Supreme gear. And we put together our own lookbook. And then they had a day to turn around and clean this up in post-production and everything. And we wanted to release our own lookbook before Supreme released theirs on that Thursday. So if you think about it, everybody's moving extremely fast. All this is happening within 1 week. We have our original posts that we tweeted out there and posted out on social media. And then over the weekend, we decided, let's keep going with this and get some actual farmers and take a shoot and get this out on the web before Supreme is able to drop their next fall look.
So what comes next? What results did you get from this? What was the feedback from your customers or the Supreme customers or whoever is responding to you? And how does that look over time?
We got a tremendous response when we got the lookbook out. We had numerous different agencies pick up the story, magazines like Ad Weekly, similar publications that track advertising. They all picked this up. I mean, they rated this as one of the top 5 events of the year. On my point of view, it almost played out, and we don't want to play it out too much more. We can't forget that we're a pork producer, and we make bacon. We don't make clothing, and we didn't want to get too hung up on that. What we decided to do is make the actual Farmland hat similar to the way Supreme made the hat, in the same quality and material and everything like that. And what we did is we actually did make the hat. We made several thousand, and then our top social media people that responded, we sent them the hat for free. We include some coupons, some swag, and a thank you for, wearing the original Farmland hat before Supreme took it from us. So we had those produced. We released those over Christmas, and we kind of played it up with the farmers. They got dressed up as Santa Claus and wore the hat and kind of tweezed it out of hey, guess what's coming for you, stay tuned. And then we mailed out the hats in a kind of a premium box set for them.
We know that you gave out swag to the blogosphere. Did you target any micro-influencers or macro-influencers?
Yeah, with the free hats, we did target some influencers as well. People at Vanity Fair, Adweek. We also sent them out PR packages, kind of to blog about them themselves, because we know you get better traction with organic content versus paid, especially in today's world. A lot of people are so media savvy now. They know when an ad's getting paid for or boosted on their feed. They want it from someone they know and trust. So we took these hats and also sent it to them. And they did, they just popped it up on their feed and they say, hey, look what Farmland sent us. That linked it back to us. People visited our page and took a look at us online and what we stood for.
What's Act 4?
Kind of going away from this Supreme versus Farmland aspect. It's kind of played out. There are 2 totally different consumers. In fact, a lot of times our product isn't even sold where a Supreme consumer is. But what we found is, from all the different brands that Smithfield and Farmland have, is we really didn't have a look and feel, an actual person speaking for the brand. And we thought one of the farmers, his name's Jim, he just had a look of Farmland. He was great to work with. So what we're doing now is he's kind of the look and feel of all our print and online activity. And he's kind of like the face of Farmland. He looks authentic. He looks real. And it's proven itself out in this Supreme activity we did.
So now what?
So this is a big challenge. So now what should I do?